Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Friday. I wish it was Friday. Can I get an amen to that? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today, last week we finished working on the children's book, which is amazing. So I'm still working on getting the text all figured out. So we can't really work more on that. So after we do our usual character design studies, we're gonna do, what did I have first lined up? I wanted to do, well, I need to draw some more silly ducks. So we'll be doing that. And then, what else did I put in the title? Guys, I ended up spending all weekend editing videos and recording. And so then I ended up taking Monday and Tuesday off as like my weekend. And oh my gosh, doing like 7 days in a row like fried me. So I'm gonna be a little off since today is technically my Monday. So we're having a Monday on Wednesday. But yeah, we're gonna get to work. And we're just gonna go a little bit with the flow today. But I also want to start a new paint study. So we're gonna do that as well. First things first, I was thinking, since I'm wearing a elephant shirt today, that we could do some studies of Dumbo. So I'm like, okay, that would be good. So I'm gonna look for character design sheets. Character, I'm dyslexic. Let's see what we can find on the internet. These are all really good. I feel like when I was younger, I wouldn't say Dumbo scared me, the movie, but it definitely was like one of the darker ones. I don't know. I know my younger sister really likes it. Let me copy this one. I mean, I like it. I like it too. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite, but I really do like the characters. Oh, these are interesting, but these are not. I'm gonna try and only pull out the designs that ended up sticking and the ones they kept. Guys, it's been a hot minute since I watched Dumbo. I'm trying to even remember like all of the plot. I do know there's a lot of sad moments. Okay, guys, there's not a lot of great Dumbo resources on the internet. Okay, let's just look for Dumbo. Like pictures from the movie. Shoot, it's gonna be hard. Oh, they did a live action. Guys, I forgot about that. Dumbo manages to overcome the odds in the end. Ah, okay. You know, I'm gonna have to rewatch that. Also, welcome, Scott's Thinker. I need to rewatch that because those memories are gone. So I'm gonna have to add that on my watch list. Oh, that's right. There's a little mouse in it too. This is a cute image. This might be a good reference. Doesn't the mom get like separated from Dumbo or something? But then do they get like reunited at the end? Oh, that's right. Dumbo can fly. Hold up, guys. It's all coming back to me. Okay, these are cute. All right, we're just going to go with what we have. I'm not finding too many better ones on the internet. Let's get these in order. Okie dokie. Let's draw on blue, since my first reaction was that it was sad. So we'll have blue. Blue for sad. Hold up. Where's my eraser? There we go. All right. This is interesting here, this sketch. It's almost like they were breaking down kind of like the planes on the elephant's design, like the surface planes. So I wonder if like those are things I need to like keep in mind, because it would be like from like there. And then wait. Oh, that's the cheek. Okay. This is gonna be tough. I definitely didn't choose an easy one. Let's see if we can break this down as simple as we can. Which one should we do first? Maybe this one. This one looks pretty easy. Also, let me set a timer, guys, because we can't go over time. I am starting a little bit late today as well. Time kind of got away from me while I was exercising, and before I knew it, it was already 2. And I'm like, what am I doing? 10 minutes? That's probably enough. What's this outline we're getting? Okay, here we go. The body's like, it's almost like a little teardrop shape if we really oversimplified the whole thing. And then the feet, very, very tiny. Good little tail. Okay, as far as the head goes, do you think I should, maybe instead of starting with a circle, I need to be starting with a rectangle, because that's almost what we're getting here. Like, see this? And then build off of that. So let's do a little rectangle. And so if this is, how much of the front plane are we seeing? That's what I need to think. So I think it'd be more like this. I could be wrong, but this is what I'm thinking is happening here. Because if it was, then we get that side plane they were talking about in the reference. Okay, my rectangle's not that great. Okay. The eyes are pretty simple. I'm go like that. And then the nose is really small. Keep this simple. Then like this part of the body's blocking it. Oh dear. I think the key is we gotta make sure it's like there's a larger part at the back of the head and then kind of dips down as it comes into this forehead area. And then the line goes straight into the nose. We just catch a tiny bit of the cheek on this side. And then of course, we gotta have the ears. Oh, I see. The ear. Wow, the ear is overlapping a lot here. But they ended up drawing like the body through it. Bless them though, because then I could see what was happening. But this is one of the ears. And then again, we get the little sprouts of hair. Kind of like Donald Duck. There we go. And then in like terms of the eyebrows. Hold up, guys. I gotta lock it in. I guess these are like eyebrows. Yeah, they're like really, really high. Like way up there. And then the eye. We definitely made some mistakes down here. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to choose Dumbo. But I was wearing my elephant shirt, so I was like, oh, I gotta do an elephant. Alright, that looks terrifying. But it's alright. It's alright. We're learning. We're learning. That's all that matters. Dish leg. And then this one comes. The proportions are way off. Let's try this again. Maybe let's just try redrawing that head. We're getting like... this shape. And this. How sharp of an angle is that? Man, I have so much respect for these animators. They had to draw this elephant like perfect every time. Hopefully they had better design sheets because this is not really... the eye's almost like in this spot. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. Okay, wait, so the cheek falls here. We're getting a little there. I think I'm just making the head too big. I think today we're just gonna take a little bit of an L because, you know, you have off days. It could be I try this tomorrow and we do a lot better. So I probably shouldn't get too caught up in getting right. I know I was off today because I was playing Beat Saber to exercise and I was doing terrible, guys. It was just like my muscle memory for a lot of the levels I had gotten good at was just going. So that happens too with, you know, drawing and like perception and all that stuff. And like I haven't actually drawn since Friday, since I was editing videos and whatnot. So probably a lot of things are contributing to why I'm really struggling today. I don't know how they managed to make this look so normal. Man, this is tough. All right, well, Dumbo, I'm sorry I did you dirty. This is, this is pretty bad. That's okay. Let's focus on what we can do. And that's keep going forward. That's what. Maybe just let's get loose, guys. We gotta keep these broken into simpler shapes. Because my brain is not having it. We're getting like this, almost like the bean shape again. Which seems almost like the building block for almost all of the original Disney characters. Which honestly, it's a really great, you can see why, because it's a really great foundation. Like they're able to adapt it to almost all different animal types, from like ducks to bears and elephants. Oh, you know who we probably should have drawn? I know there was some better character design sheets for the Heffalump from Winnie the Pooh. Okay, I think what's happening here is this one ear's down. It's really cute though that this elephant kind of reminds me like how they drew the back of the head. My sister's one dog, when she's a puppy, we were worried because she had like this lump that started growing on her head, but it was like hard as a bone, and it turns out she just had a strange like bone growth when she hit like a growth spurt. So when like her like ears like flop down, you see it especially, but she has like a little extra lump on the top of her head, and it looks very much like how they like the elephant's head looks. So it kind of reminds me of her. As she got older, you noticed it less, but when she was going through like her like awkward phase, when she was like really leggy, she looked a little funny. It was like a cute funny though. It was a cute funny. Let's do this one down here. Alright, keeping in mind it's almost like a rectangle. Almost. Oh no, it's our timer already. No, I need more time. We should probably do some gesture drawing before we move ahead. So the nose and connects up into here. Let's make the cheeks smaller. And then we get this open space here. They managed to make theirs look so stormy cute. Mine looks really creepy. You know, some days you win some, some days you lose some. Granted, they had a lot more than 10-15 minutes to do elephant studies. So, in all, not horrible. This is a cute pose though. We should probably come back to this tomorrow. It's really cute. I also like how they drew the feet. And I like how they did the legs. Really simple. This leg almost looks like he's wearing shoes. Let's get a little toe in there. Maybe I need to angle the eyes more. Hey, that's what's happening. Nope. That was not the answer. Oh man. Guys, this is not my date. It's alright. I do like this pose too. It has nice direction to it. Also how the ear like starts almost like exactly there. It really builds into the I think I struggle the most with getting this trunk. Well, I struggle with a lot of things here, but getting the trunk right is really hard. Yeah, this is not my best work, but we're trying. Looking back, the sun that's sitting isn't as terrible as I remembered it being. It's so cute. Oh, that's right. Dumbo has a hat. Not the ones I drew. I should have drawn one where he had the hat. It seems like that the head's the hardest part because like the body's just kind of like pretty basic. And in terms of the legs, they're like this half little dome shape. But it's the head, you know? That's where I really struggle. Little tail. All right. Let's do. Let me pull up Pinterest. I also have to pull up the Purif file for this. As much as I'd hate to keep track of like the terrible days, I've got to. I do realize that like I need to make sure I'm putting more time into this because I honestly should be doing at least 30 minutes. But I haven't really been having the time for that. So guys, I gotta get on a better schedule. Okay, very good. I gotta get my act together. Just stick that there. Maybe we should do, I've seen people do exercises where they just draw like cylinders and like cubes in perspective. And I feel like maybe that's like a type of warm-up I need to be doing. So you just start with one, and then you have to like imagine you're building off of it. Oh yeah, I can tell already my brain is not. It's not processing the perspective very well. And just trying to draw them at different angles. Maybe a bit more like that. Let's see if we can put a cylinder on here. Cylinders is where it gets really hard. We gotta imagine as it comes up. At some point, we're gonna switch from looking down on these objects to looking up. And so let's see, let's imagine this one went off into space. It probably would be about here. So we just see a tiny bit there. Let's put one coming towards us a little bit. It's almost like drawing, let's make it go further. It's like drawing like pipes and stuff. I just imagine I'm like drawing for, I guess like steampunk, is that probably? And then there's gonna be a bigger cylinder down here. Maybe it's a barrel. Let's fix this a little bit. Everything's off kilter just a little bit. Intentionally. I'd be seeing actually a lot of this bottom. And then this is sitting next to, where should we have this barrel? How should we have this connected? Maybe there's like, and there's like a pillar under here holding this up. This is gonna be going the same direction as this one. So we'd probably see a little on this side, wouldn't we? Then we're gonna make this a cylinder. That face is helping a little. I kind of imagine it goes up in the air. Let's draw one at this angle because I want to see. Actually, we probably have to draw a little bit more down here. A bit more like that. Honestly, this exercise it's not the most like flashy one, but I feel like it really helps my brain. And then I've seen ones where people just draw, they're trying to draw lines. I've also seen where people draw circles. Oh, this one's hard. There we go. Not too bad. Now, what were some of the other ones I've seen people do? I'm trying to think. We could probably do more of these boxes in space. Let's put our new horizon line here. Let's try and draw a cylinder floating here. That like that. And there's gonna be a smaller cylinder. And we're getting closer. That line. And then it would come out. Well, maybe it's like it's an electric powered shovel, guys. That's what it is. This is like the big this is where like the hydraulics or something is. Bear with me, I know nothing about engineering or whatever. It's a made up shovel. Okay, so we can't really see the handle. That's gonna be the handle up there. That's kind of an interesting idea. And then try and draw curvature lines. If I really want to torture myself today, since my brain's not functioning, I would try to draw a portrait. That's how you really torture yourself, guys, on a bad day. In case you ever wanted to do that to yourself. Let's put the date in here. 2026. Put this in pure F. Alright, so let's start with... I'm trying to remember the order in which I wrote the title for this YouTube stream, because that's how I'm going to tackle it. Not that it really matters, the order, necessarily, but sometimes it's just nice to have a... Let me save this file. We're already the 21st, which is crazy. So next month's challenge will be drawing fundamentals. We're gonna have to Google entirely what that entails. I'm assuming that's like shapes and forms, so maybe a little bit of what we were doing today. I'm gonna have to look that up. Does that also include like... Does that include like learning how to draw values and textures? I do not know. So we're gonna have to find out, but that's next month's problem. For now, I'm just gonna pull up stream on my phone so I can see what we should be doing. Because I know I had... Okay, we also have the storyboard animatic we could work on. Maybe what we do is we work on the ducks and then move to that, because I feel like the ducks will help me warm up. And then we're gonna end with a painting session. I was working on like a landscape we were painting, but what I want to do actually is, where is that? Hold on, let me get the file open. What I want to do is start a new one. So I was thinking of doing like really loose like pet portraits, perhaps. I thought that might be a nice challenge. So we're gonna go with that. Let's see, it's November, October, December. We need to separate. This is January. I started making February silly ducks in January's file. So we need to make a new file. That's what we need to do. Because this file is massive. And we need a fresh start. Because it's taking eons to open. Because I have so many layers in here. Alright, let's delete this. Here we go. Yeah, it's the one we worked on last stream. I'll just save that file. This file's also getting huge. I might want to start breaking these down into months. Because I might create a paint study file. That might be a nice thing to do, guys. Somebody remind me to do that when we get to the painting study section. Because we're going to be doing a lot more of them. I honestly, like this, it's an unspoken New Year's resolution is to do more paint studies. And when you're doing it digitally, it's so like forgiving and easy. There's really like no excuse to not do some painting studies. So that's what we're going to do as soon as this file saves. I'm hoping my PC is not crashing because that took a long time to load. Okay, file, duplicate. I think it's under image. This will be February. I got a day named after me. February. And this is not a copy. Ba-ba-da-ba. February 2026. Okay, cool. Yeah, we want to save changes on that because we deleted the file. I want to make an animated duck that like walks on my screen. Kind of like the animated Reggie I made. The little penguin. So I need to make one. I want to make one. There we go. Brush size 30? Actually, I use brush size 40 now. Do I use even 45? I don't know. Alright, let's use our gray background to save our eyes. And I've been kind of toying with like changing my line art brush. But now I'm actually, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of become a signature of the silly duck, so I think we're gonna stay with what we had. Let me save this file. This is not gonna be in January. It's gonna be in February. I'll have to move some of the other files over to this one, but I'll do that later. I've also kind of cut down how many ducks I need per month, which is fantastic. Because I was doing 3 every month. Oh, no, not every month, 3 every week. So it got to be a bit much. So I've cut it back to where I do 2 ducks every every week, which has been much more manageable. All right, let's think. First, I have already drawn some into February, but I'm gonna quick grab my calendar so I can keep track, because I have like my posting schedule written on my calendar. So I'm gonna grab that quick, guys, so I can reference what I need to do. Guys, I need to get my hair cut. It's starting to drive me a little crazy. Okay. Let's see. I have... Flip the February. Okay, cool. I actually have up until... I only need to get... I need to draw 2 more ducks for February, actually. For Tuesday the 24th and Thursday the 26th. So cool, we only need 2 more ducks. So according to my schedule, in February, I'll be posting the ice cream duck, which we worked on, the little duck that's sick, the Sakamoto, the one that's running, RM, Jimin, and then the 2 I need to make. I would like to, let's see. No, that would be fine. So I was talking about doing a calendar, like with all my ducks at some point. So I'm trying to make sure at least like 1 or 2 ducks out of each month are something that's kind of relevant to that month, as well as like something that's not copyrighted, because you cannot make and sell fan art. So, but the duck that is sick or the duck that's eating ice cream, those are totally fine because those are my own. And I feel like in February, like it's the dead of winter still, or at least where I live. So maybe we would use the sick duck for that one. But we got 2 other more ducks to create, so if we don't like that one, we can still use. We can use the other one. Okay, I feel like I think I took notes last week, didn't I, guys, for ideas, because we were talking about ducks we could draw. Hold up, I have a notebook. That was a bit bag. Didn't I write this down with you guys? Bet I didn't. I forgot to write it down. Well, we'll just have to do some brainstorming. I mean, there's plenty of different, like I could do, it'd be easy if I just decide to do ones that are based off of like movies and stuff, so you don't really have to think. But if I want to make some original ones, it could be a bit more difficult. Which is what we're gonna do. Yeah, I can't see where I wrote down anything. Okay. Brainstorm time, guys. Okay, so it'll be for February. What's something? I mean, I was just singing like February. So there's like a, is it Rankin and Bass? They did an animation about the groundhog. You know how like the groundhog will come out, and I mean it's fictional, but it's not. I mean, I think they use a. Do they use a regal? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. There's a groundhog, and when it comes out, if it sees its shadow and it gets scared, that means it goes back in and it's gonna hibernate for 2 more. There's gonna be like 2 more weeks of winter, right? But if it doesn't, that means spring is gonna come sooner. So that's kind of how it goes. So maybe for February, if we're gonna do a calendar, Granted, I'll be doing it late because Groundhog Day is on the Monday, the 2nd of February. And I wouldn't post this one till the 24th, but you know what? I don't mind if it's a little late. It just matters that we'll have the groundhog for the calendar. So we're gonna make a groundhog deck. This is gonna be tough, guys. Okay. There's a couple ways we could go about this. First, we should pull up a reference of a groundhog. I got a day named after me. February 2. Alright, cool. So we're definitely... Maybe we give it ears because groundhogs have little ears. I feel like we're also gonna want to give it like the big, like a big tooth. And then we can make it classy and give it a top hat. I feel like a top hat's usually how people end up drawing it as well. But should we make it like getting scared of its shadow? I don't know. I personally would like spring to come sooner, but the thing usually gets scared. All right, well, you know what? Oh, you know, this is interesting. Related searches, woodchuck versus groundhog. I would love to know the difference. There is no difference. A woodchuck and a groundhog are the same animal. I did not know this, guys. I think the term are used interchangeably, though woodchuck is more common in New England. Oh. Okay. Well, here in Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure we all just call them groundhogs. So we're gonna go with that. And it's called Groundhog Day, not Woodchuck Day. Okay, so... I mean, the pretty, like, classic poses is them, like, standing with their little arms just like this. So like maybe we do something cute like that. Like if we can interpret this into a deck. You know what I mean? I think we can make it happen. Their ears, it depends on how they're standing, but like you don't really see their ears, just kind of like point back. I kind of like this pose, but I did kind of like the idea of making it scared. Guys, I'm hunched over again. Gotta move the camera. So maybe it would have to be like, would he be like turning around and then would like notice? Be like, oh dear. Or should be like really, really, really spooked. I don't know, this is gonna be tough, guys. This pose is awfully cute. And I want it to feel... I want to definitely feel like a groundhog. If we cover their face here like this, we won't be able to see much of the buck tooth. Maybe we just go... He's not spooked by anything. Let's do that because, like, we don't know every year if he's gonna get spooked. And if it's a calendar and they're like, oh, in the calendar he's getting scared of his shadow, but then he didn't that year, I wouldn't be like, you know, I don't know. I doubt anyone's gonna think that far, but I'm thinking that far. So I think we just do, like, We just do cute little pose. Standing like this one. And we do like a tiny little top hat. Because it's really cute. And then we give... How about the head's like slightly at an angle? I feel like that plays up the cuteness. And then in terms of like the buck tooth, should it be like down there? Or should it be more like there? Because if a duck had a... I think it would be more like here, like midway. Right? We're figuring this out, guys. We can always move it if it looks goofy. It's just a duck dressed up as a groundhog. There we go. I'm gonna bring it down actually a little bit more. And then I think adding an ear would be kind of cute. This other one would be covered by the top hat though. And then I think for the eyes, we're gonna make the cheeks kind of like come up a little bit more. Just so we're getting that more kind of like cute, like little rodent look, you know? And then the eyes. That's kind of cute. Big eyes. Okay, I'm into it, guys. I'm liking this. What if we had him like half sitting in the ground? Like maybe he came up out of his hole. That would be kind of cute. So the neck would be like, maybe make the tooth bigger. The body. I kind of want the arms to be like, I want to be cute like that, but maybe have like the little arms kind of like resting up here on the dirt. And so the question is, do I get the duck groundhog hands, or do I give the groundhog duck feathers, flippers? Maybe just add little claws on the end for digging. That's kind of cute. Let's flip this, because I know it's gonna be really, really off. Cute, but we gotta do something about this other side over here. Let's have the arms be bigger than them. All right, so then we need the dirt. The dirt around the hole. Then we'd also get some grass. But maybe we'd have some piles of like half melted snow, because it is kind of like spring. Prediction. When is the first day of spring? Oh, the 20th, duh. That's BTS's new album. Okay. Do 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 do. So we do. Actually, is it more than 2 weeks of winter when the groundhog? I think it's more like. I think it's 4 or something. Actually, this has come out wider. I feel like bending the sides of the hat make it look a little cuter. Do, 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 do. Maybe we should make the top hat smaller. Bit more like there. Da, 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 da. And then we see how much of the top do we want to see? Maybe we have it shaped more like this. Then it's more tilted back on the head. I have to say, it feels weird not to be working on the children's book, because we have been going hard on that for the last month of stream. Like, I kind of miss working on it. Although I'm so grateful the line work is done. We might tomorrow play around with some ideas of how to color it. Cheeks go in there. They give it little blush lines. But we'll see, guys. We'll see what we end up doing. Joe might have a project for me, so possibly do that. It just depends. Do, do, do. I like this though. The side. Should we give? Maybe we should separate some of the fur here. Make like the torso lighter. That might be cuter too. Do we want to do that with the nose? Maybe not. Or should we? Should we? Or should we not? Should we? Shouldn't we? Might make it look weird. Maybe we add a little flower back here. Little flowers. That'd be kind of cute. Alright, let's get rid of this little guy I drew back there. Alright, so this head needs some adjusting. There's a no-go. I thought maybe I should have it tilted more. Should probably raise the head a little. I think I may have made the cheeks a little too big. I feel like what's happening here is I don't like the angle of the body. So let's change that a little bit. Because I want them to be offset from each other. Okay, let's reattach the head so it doesn't look like I beheaded the groundhog. That would not be good. Gotta make sure it looks cute and happy. I kind of kept the shoulders more rounded because it's kind of like how the groundhogs look, because they don't have a skinny neck like a duck. So I'm trying to like keep it like the duck, but also give it that little groundhog touch. I think I may have made the bill a little too. We gotta even this out because that is not straight. This little groundhog needs braces. We gotta straighten these teeth out. There we go. The teeth are hard though, because it makes me want to draw in like that type of shape. You know what I mean? So it's more like the mouth of one. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to try doing the nose. You know, it's a little detail that we could easily remove if we don't like it in the end. I don't know. It's all one word. It is. There we go. Honestly, this isn't too bad. I like it. Let's add the claw in here. It's kind of cute. Maybe add like more little like fur lines. We can do that on the elbows like we saw them do in the Disney characters. And then should we add little like sprigs of fur up there maybe? That'd be kind of cute. I think this eye needs to come this way just a little actually. It needs to come up a little. Okay, let's flip it again. I got a day named after me. Okay. Not terrible. It's nice I can check it on my other monitor. Looking for balance issues. Okay. I think this eyebrow's off actually. Cute. I think this hat actually needs to come down a little because the line of the head would end right there. And if the hat is like actually sitting on the head, it would sit down further. Maybe more like that. So we gotta make sure the eyebrows. How we want to fit these in here? Maybe like that kind of makes it look cuter. We're gonna go with it. Also like the idea of the eyes angling in a little. Up the cuteness factor. I'm on the fence with the nose. Because then it's like, would it be up here more? Or would it be more like, I don't know, should I keep it lower? I feel like lower would be better. I don't know. Okay, so what about, I feel like that's a good start. What about, meaning this Groundhog Day. What other thing? I know I talked about doing a Valentine's duck. I don't like Valentine's Day, so maybe we could figure out a way to make a Valentine's duck that's like kind of funny about it. Like, you know that meme? Let me show you guys. This is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Here we go. This is what I'm thinking, guys. This is me on Valentine's Day. So maybe we can do something similar with the silly duck. But I want to do exact copy, so we're gonna have to get clever. Although I feel like people would probably appreciate, because they do, everybody recognizes this meme. Let's think about this. We're gonna need hearts. We're gonna need lots of pink. I guess we could do like hearts and arrows. But they need to be like upset. This one's gonna be tough, guys. Maybe I should just reference the meme. But maybe I just don't know about this one. I mean, I could just draw like a duck that looks like Cupid or something, like give it wings and a bow. Wait, ducks already have wings, so it'd just be giving it a bow. Actually, that'd be even more funny, like putting angel wings on a duck because it already has wings. I don't know. I just don't know. We just need to start drawing. That's what we gotta do. Alright, well, we'll start with the head. We know it's gonna need a head. And it needs to be upset. He should be angry. Oh, what if it's like... What if they're holding a heart? Perhaps I could do like a little story beat with this, where like maybe it's angry because it's watching like some other like a duck couple or something. I don't really want to draw 3 ducks, you know? Especially since I'm supposed to be keeping these. I'm supposed to be keeping these simple. What if we have... What if we have the duck like smashing a heart? Maybe like the duck has a big hammer. Be like, let me draw a heart. Which I cannot do. You guys should know this. I have a confession. I can't draw hearts. We're gonna keep this head though, because I kind of like it's giving good vibes, which is a good start. What if we gave the duck a big like Nintendo game style hammer? Perhaps I kind of want them holding it like over their head. But I don't think the duck's arms are long enough that it can do that. So we're gonna have to figure out how to problem solve these proportions. Let me just get... It'd probably be like... The body was like this. It held the hammer like that. Oh, it could be swinging from the side rather than swinging like top down. It could be more like a side swing. That's something we could do. So it'd be more like this. Oh yeah, and then we would get... It'd be like... Let me draw the body in here for you guys. The neck. And be like, this flipper would be down here. And we can, let's push this angle a little bit more. We gotta make this more extreme. So a bit more like that. And then this foot, like, come up. It'd probably be around here-ish. And this foot would be down. Let's bend the knee a little. Dish flipper. Okay, now we need to make the duck look really angry. This arm would connect up to here. And then we'd have this hand. Then we got another fingers. We'll have to extend this hammer a little bit. This thumb would be here. This one down there. The head would probably connect in about there. But we're having it about this angle. We're gonna move the hammer as needed. And let's thin down the neck a little bit. I think I want the head like slightly tilted up. Because I'm gonna be like, yeah, and then like coming down. With the eyes. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And the heart's like pulsing or something. Let's get rid of this rough up here. Do I mind that? Let me see. Let me think about this hammer, guys, because I want to see. I like having really clean silhouettes. I'm always a little frustrated when I can't get that nice. So maybe the hammer is more like angled that way. So let's rotate these this grip a little bit. So be a bit more handle here. And come straight out to here. Or maybe we have the heart on the ground. Because now we're able to get this shot that I wanted. There we go. This is kind of giving like when Donald Duck has like a spaz out moment. Maybe Daisy Duck broke up with him. We got this, gotta get this neck attached in here. Honestly, I think we could put the head actually a little bit bigger. We kind of get this shoulder. And then we'd probably see a bit of the tail back here. And there's part of the leg. Have it more angled like this. That way we keep that nice silhouette. As the heart, arms up here. Like the corner of the arm. Maybe we should add a little... My brush is way too big. Alright, hang in there with me, guys, as I figure this out. I want it to look... Who's that finger? This one. We gotta clean things up here a little to get a better idea. There's the bottom of the hammer. Usually it's like wood. Like a wood mallet. Let's make the hair a little funny. There we go. Now we see this other cheek on the other side. Probably a little bit. Let's put a little bit of that other shoulder in there. We're gonna have to flip this at some point to make sure we get our balance right. Maybe it comes up a little bit more in the hammer. Do 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 do. Usually the edges aren't perfect because it's like a log. I'm not hating this actually. Do 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 do. Then we do the little feathers. I think we would actually be seeing this hand would kind of come up. We'd be seeing a lot more of that first finger. And then a little bit of that other one. Because usually when our hands grab around something, they end up slightly like going down an angle. So I'm gonna make sure I keep that in mind. So these hands would probably be a bit more like this. And then the handle, let's lay that out. Let's put this up here a little. So we gotta make sure it's straighter. Now I wonder if we should take this leg a bit more like that. But I feel like maybe the heart isn't telling enough of a story here. Maybe what we need to have is like, how about like a happy Valentine's like birthday cake? That could be a thing. Let's think about. Because it's gotta be more than just a heart. Let's put on a different layer. Maybe just make like a standard tiered cake. It's a giant cake. I'm gonna shrink it down, guys. Okay, and then like maybe the heart goes up here. Right? And then we would get happy on this part. Actually, we can take up more space on the cake than that. Let's make sure I spell this right. Or what day is? Oh, 14th, that's right. Ian. Valen, not Valin. Valentines. This is why I struggle with spelling in English, guys. Because the way we say words and the way we spell them. Oh shoot, we got stick in day as well. We got fit in day. Can I just say happy Valentine's? I'm not gonna get away with it. We're gonna okay, hold up. Maybe we do something like that. And they'll be like, there'll be icing on the cake and stuff. La 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 la. Make it look cute. The question is, in terms of placement. Hold up. Let me move this stuck. We're gonna get rid of this head now. We don't need it. No, we don't need this heart. I feel like anybody who knows me is like, Emma, this is so you. And honestly, I like it. This is very me. This is very me. I can't help it. I'm a cynic. I think it just comes along with living on this planet, you know? People who aren't, I'm honestly, I really respect your ability to stay really positive. It's admirable. I'm not really jealous of it, but I'm amazed and appreciate the effort it takes to keep from becoming a cynic. And so I think it's very impressive. Because it's not easy. So we probably see a little bit more at the top of the cake there. I guess the question is like, why is it sitting on the floor? And it's like, well, ducks don't really have tables. But on second thought, ducks don't really carry around hammers either. So, you know, when you start getting into these kind of like fantasy ideas, you gotta ask yourself, like, how does it matter how realistic it is? And like, when do you wanna like draw the line between realism and, you know, fantasy? So I don't know. I'm gonna put an arrow through it. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You gave love a bad name. Let's see him. Let me flip this. Oh yeah, that's a lopsided cake. Okay. Now I fix it. Maybe we should put it... Okay, here's what we could do. Let's see if it looked weird if I put the eye direction. Okay, hold up. What if it's like this? And the cake's up here on a table. Like it's a big cake. So what if it's like another tier of cake? Technically, we wouldn't be seeing the bottom anymore because our perspective line just changed. What if it's like this? And then we get day on this part. You know what I mean? Something like that. Boom, 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 boom. And then it's just on a very like generic looking table. Maybe? I don't know, guys. Actually, I think I liked it better before. Do we put it on a little plate? I kind of hesitate to start working too much on marches, because I may change my mind about what I want to draw as BTS's album is coming out, and I'm pretty darn sure that's going to come with a music video, so I may decide to draw some of them. So I don't want to get too far into what we're going to draw after this, because this is finishing up February. We will worry about March in February. We're not going to worry about March in freaking January. It's too much. Too much to think about. You get overwhelmed. Something like this. I feel like, does it make enough sense though? Like, I love the concept, but I'm not sure I'm in love with where's the center line? Here we go. I'm not sure I'm in love with this whole placement. Maybe if we put like a flooring in. Do 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 do. You know, like maybe it's like a wood plank floor. You know what I mean? Would be nice to have. Alright, what time is it, guys? We gotta see. I kind of like the idea of... I've been thinking a lot about how I draw my ducks, and I might want to start like elevating / editing / improving some of the designs. And I feel like it would be kind of cuter if kind of like the bird character from the children's book has like extra lines kind of like dividing where the leg starts. Like, I don't dislike doing that with the ducks. I'm like, maybe we start working that into our designs. It's just because I did it one way doesn't have to stay. Like, art's all about growing and changing and learning. So I've been learning since we've been doing some studies, although today was a struggle. But I don't know, I'm thinking about more about how I draw. Kind of like, how do I want these characters to look going forward, you know? Just kind of simplify things. Do. I like that. Honestly, maybe we let this cook, guys. We're gonna call it on this. And then we're gonna come back to this at some point, probably tomorrow. We can look at it again. Let's put this in a folder. Valentine's Day. And this is Groundhog Day. Let's look at that again. Let's put this in the center. Honestly, really cute. The only thing I'm seeing is that I want to fix this ground here a little bit. It just needs to be more parallel. We don't want the whole thing to feel off. So we're gonna have some snow, we're gonna have some grass, we're gonna have flowers, because we're coming into spring. Or that's kind of what the groundhog decides. Okay, yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. So let me name this layer Groundhog Day. And then we got, I think Valentine's Day, like, it works. We're just gonna have to work. Actually, I'm liking it more as we go. This one I think is gonna be cute. Do you think it looks too much like a groundhog and not enough like a duck? Well, you know, guys, once we get... Hold up, let me put some color under this. I'm just gonna go super generic and do like a white duck with orange bill. That way nobody mistakes it for like an actual groundhog. I'm just gonna cheat out. Normally I like to get a little more creative with my duck coloring because there's so many different kinds, but I think in this case it's important that readability, that it's still a duck, is more important. But we can do... Oops. Okay, I'm not gonna erase. What we can do is still do a little color diversity down here on the bottom part. Like, what if we do like a warmish brown here? Could be a bad idea. Granted, it won't be this white when I do it. I will use some tans and stuff. Just because it's not perfectly white, you know? And the hat. It's usually like a red band around it, isn't it?